So I want to talk to you about being a child and having money stories. We are not talking about your parents here. We're talking about you as a child. And how many times were there that you felt heavy? Like you went to school and maybe you guys couldn't afford the nice shoes or pants or clothing or something, or the nice book back or whatever. And you look at it and you're like, okay. And then you feel lower, like, oh, we don't have money. So that's it. Or maybe I have to get free lunches because we can't afford to buy lunches and it makes me sit back and heavy energy. Or there's places where you wanted to go to a birthday party, but since you couldn't buy a present, you didn't get to go. Or maybe you wanted something for Christmas and you didn't get it. And you end up having these stories you create as a child around money. And we can all blame other things, but there's outside forces too, because there's other people involved. These could have been other playmates or friends or whatever who may have said or set these tones. And they're just kids as well. Like everybody is who they are. And we're all a frequency of even our upbringings and all that involved. But we have to look at that child story and say, when did I have a moment in my life when I was younger and I didn't know how to think about money because every time that there was something I wanted to do or I wanted to fit in or I wanted to feel like I belonged and not feel like the outcast, these same stories came up. And then you become a little bit more eccentric in your being and just like become a rebel, or you become like, oh, I don't have to fit in society. And hey, trust me, we all don't fit into society, and that's totally cool. But we have to feel good about that. And that's why I love the outcast, because I personally have experienced it. Many different schools growing up. We moved every 3 to 6 months because we were poor. And I had to reassociate myself with things and people and reassociate, and definitely didn't fit in. And I totally understand that energy. And I had to come into a place of really saying, who am I? And how do I love myself? And how do I appreciate that? But money was a factor in those stories because money was the reason why we transitioned and why we had to move again. And we had to move back in with the grandparents and go to the same school I went to before, which I never fit into because a lot of people there are rich and they had just more things than I did and we didn't. And that was very apparently made. But you can heal it. And I'm telling you why you can heal it, because I have healed it. And I don't get stressed or triggered. Even talking about this with you now, it doesn't trigger me anymore because I understand the path. And that's why I created a really great program. If you want to check it out, the money course, but the manifesting energy money course, because you have to look at the energy. And I give you my 4-step process. We go through it through the whole course, but it's, you got to observe it. What is the stories? What happened? You have to let it go. You have to say, okay, I don't want that to be part of my vortex anymore. I'm okay with that frequency being gone. You want to heal it to make it different. You want to bring in a different frequency and current, and then you want to manifest it. You want to say, this is how I want to manifest this energy instead. And it's a really powerful course. And recording it, I was just like, whoa, I was blown recording my own course because it's such downloaded, like Source just brings this beautiful God energy in and it just gets downloaded so great. And you can check it out in the links below and just sign up and get started now. So, because we go into more than the child energy, this is just one factor. You have to look at your parents' energy and your ancestral energy, and you have to look at your adult and where you are now and what are your, you know, energies around money. You have to see it all to really change the frequency so that you can heal this part of you and manifest it the way you really want to.